Hello everyone, today we will be covering a jealous lover by the name of Mary Pearcey. She was also later named as likely suspect in the infamous Jack the Ripper case, which was quite sensational because she was a woman. Let's begin at the beginning. Mary Eleanor Wheeler was born in 1866, although little else is known about her early life. During her teen years, she began a relationship with a carpenter by the name of John Charles Pearcey. The two never married, but she decided to use his last name from that point on. The pair later split because he had found out she had cheated on him with multiple lovers. Mary was said to have been a depressed individual who drank heavily, never worked, and enjoyed the company of wealthy men. One of her older wealthy friends rented rooms for her at a home in North London. After moving into her new accommodation, she fell into bed with a man by the name of Frank Samuel Hogg. They were both seeing other people, but Frank ended up getting his other lover, Phoebe, pregnant, and he told Mary he intended to marry Phoebe and raise their baby. Mary was not thrilled with this news, so Frank told her that he had no intention of ending their physical relationship. This appeased Mary for a short time, but eventually she began to seethe with jealousy because Phoebe was getting respect and attention around town for being the respectable wife of Frank Hogg. Phoebe knew of Mary, but it's unclear if she knew that Mary and her husband were having an affair. One day, Mary invited Phoebe and her daughter over to her residence for an afternoon tea. Mary's neighbors began to hear strange noises, such as glass breaking, muffled screams, and loud thuds. One neighbor was so concerned she yelled over the fence to see if everything was okay, and Mary never responded. On October 24, 1890, a police officer was alerted that a body had been found on Crossfield Road in Hempstead. The corpse had neck wounds so bad that she was nearly decapitated. Near the body was a blood-stained pram, which was a stroller. Frank's sister had been asked to identify the body at the mortuary, and she asked Mary to accompany her, as they were friends. At the sight of the body, Mary drew attention to herself by acting completely hysterical. The following day, the body of an 18-month-old little girl was discovered near a trash bin on Finchley Road, a mile away from Crossfield Road. The cause of death was suffocation, and she was soon identified as the daughter of Frank Hogg and Phoebe Hogg. Even though Frank and Mary had thought their affair was well hidden, soon the police were made aware of this relationship and swiftly went to search Mary's home. Once there, they saw signs of a struggle. Broken furniture and glass was everywhere. They also found bloodstains throughout the home. During the search, Mary sat at her piano acting disinterested, playing piano and singing loudly. Officers found a blood-stained axe, 2 bloody knives, and blood-stained clothing, plus a bunch of love letters between Frank and Mary. Mary was immediately brought in for questioning, and when asked about the bloodstains, she meekly responded that she had been killing mice. This story was of course not believed at all. Neighbors had told police that they witnessed Mary pushing the pram through her yard, and they also discussed hearing screaming and other strange noises. Sadly, once all the information was gathered, it became clear that Mary had placed the child in the pram with minor injuries, then put the body of her deceased mother over her. The weight of her mother's corpse is what tragically suffocated the young girl. Mary's trial was at the Old Bailey in December 1890. She pled insanity, which of course failed to save her. She was sentenced to death and hanged at Newgate Prison on December 23, 1890. Another interesting aspect of this is that Madame Tussaud made a wax likeness of Mary Pearcey, and even purchased the pram to display along with the wax figure. In the book Jack the Ripper, A New Theory by William Stewart, he named Mary Pearcey as a likely Jack the Ripper. He cited the many similarities between the murder of Phoebe Hogg and the Whitechapel murders. He also compared the violence of the throat cutting, plus the killing in private and later moving of the body to a very public place, which he believed was the same MO as Jack the Ripper, and would explain why the Ripper's victims were never heard screaming. This theory contradicts all the known medical evidence, which shows the murders took place where the victims were found, although some DNA evidence suggests that a female Jack the Ripper is a possibility. I don't know that I believe that Mary Pearcey was Jack the Ripper, but she was a very jealous lady. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, do all the things. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.